Hi, this is Ray at Drop of Golden Tarot, and today I thought that I would unbox something new. So this is an Inkmeister box from Truphae. This is a company. This is a card I got from last month's. So this is my second month's box. They have a subscription box and they have a couple of different tiers. So this is the lowest tier and it's called the Inkmeister, and it comes, you see, in this envelope. And on this box it says incredible. And then in here, so it always has this little quote, the pen is the tongue of the mind. And then this is a little sticker. And every other unboxing I've seen, it's come with this. My box last month came with this, so I'm going to assume that this little sticker comes each time. And then on the card, I'm only seeing one card. Oh no, there's two cards. So the first card will tell the pen, and I got a Moon Man M2. And ooh, open that up. Oh, it's a dropper pen. Okay. So these are fountain pens. Ooh, that's kind of neat looking. And I'm just new into the fountain pen world for me. So I thought this might be a neat way to try some new things out. So I'm sure it's a steel nib that's just gold colored. It's got a screw top. The threads are plastic. And then we'll open like this. You'll be able to see what color ink you have in it very easily. And it comes with a dropper to do that. That's actually kind of neat looking. It's light. I'll be interested to see how it works and if it leaks at all. Is there anything else in this box? Let's see. No, just no directions or anything. So a Moon Man M2. So I will look that up and we'll see how much the Moon Man M2 is worth as we kind of look at the worth of the box. So this box is $25 a month. And I'm pretty sure it's free shipping in the US. And so then it comes with some ink samples, and then they always tell you the brand of the ink and then the color, and they do these little swatches for you. And then on here, on the top, you can match the number with the swatch. So last month, so the only issue with this is that if you do it several months in a row, you're going to have like a whole bunch of number ones and number twos. So this is last month's, and this looks a mess. This is a swatch that I got last month, and then I've got my own inks that I just was putting on there so I could compare colors. So I just did a little piece of paper that I taped onto the vial. So now when I look and I have a number 2 and a number 2, I'll be able to tell which one is the Monteverde and then which one is the Kyoto. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. So more inks. And that should be it that's inside of this box at this level. So really this level is meant to try out new inks and to give you an inexpensive fountain pen in order to be able to try them out And Truphae, and we'll just look up that pen. Last month, along with the Monteverde inks, I got this pen, and right here. And this was a Hungarian, I think, Black Delilah. And this pen came with a piston converter. And you can see I have it inked up right now with the Monteverde Gratitude. Yes. Which is a color I really like. And this pen, while it's kind of heavier, it writes really smoothly. So I do really like writing with it. And it's all metal, and it has metal threads, and it's got a really nice clip on it. And so you see that well. It's focusing. Is it focusing? So that was last month. And so comparing that to this month, the Moon Man M2 is a $21 pen. So this is a $21 pen. And then you can buy ink samples from them. It's a really full ink sample. These vials hold 5 mLs of ink, and you can see that is like filled past the 5 ml mark all the way up to the top. That one is, but these ones are not. So I guess maybe it depends upon your color here. What color is that? So that black color, which I don't know the name of that, is filled up that far. And then these ones are filled, that's to the 4. That's that color. And that one is filled to the 4 mark. And that's filled to 4 mLs. And then this last one is filled to 4 mLs. So either this one has stained it, or they filled this one up way further. It looks like it's been filled up way further, and then I'm going to have to be really careful opening it. So this is a Moon Man M2 eyedropper fountain pen worth $21.95 on their website. And then the inks, the shipping was free in the US. So this is what I got for $25 with this box this month. So yeah, that has been the Truphae. We'll put that there so you can kind of see it. Oh, I think I'm really off-center today. Sorry about that, but knock everything over. The Truphae Inkmeister. I believe you can go up, so there's 3 levels, and like you can go up $5 on each level in order to, instead of getting samples, in order to get a full bottle of ink. But since I haven't tried a lot of inks, I thought this might be a nice way of doing it without committing and having a whole bunch of inks I might never use. This way I only have a few inks that I may never use. So yeah, I signed up for 3 months because I was able to get the first month for free when I signed up for 3 months. And I'm still kind of debating upon whether I'm going to do more than 3 months. We'll wait and see how I like this pen. This pen doesn't have a clip on it anywhere. Huh. Won't be able to put that in your pocket and go, will ya? Okay. So, I mean, I do have other pens because I've been kind of getting into the fountain pen realm. These are pens that I have purchased myself. The Lamy Safari, Platinum, I believe this is the Platinum Pleasure, and the Platinum 3776, And then this one I ordered first and just got it in. It's a Jin Hao, and it's a retro and a rosewood barrel. So this one just came 2 days ago. And I always forget it pulls off and I end up unscrewing it. So yeah, those are the fountain pens I have so far. Another one to kind of add to my collection and check out and see the things I like. None of my other ones are droppers, so it'll be interesting to see how well I like a dropper pen. I have to decide which color I'm going to put into it. I think I'm actually going to put in my diamond amber into this pen and write with it and see how it writes. So I'll pause and I'll fill it up and I'll come back and just show you how it writes. Okay, I'm back and I have filled it with diamond ink, the amber, and it looks really quite red in the pen. And that actually took a lot of dropper fulls to fill that up. So I tried to post that, but it doesn't really want to stay on there. So we'll write without it. And so I have a page in here that I have just been writing with different inks and different colors. So I'm going to write on here that this is so this is the first time it's been inked up. I don't know, was I supposed to do something? I'm not getting it to flow at all. Was there some sort of seal? On there? I'm not really seeing anything. I'm also not seeing the ink flow down into where it could get into the nib. So I feel like I've missed something here. But there's no directions with it to tell me what to do. I don't know if I should just be waiting for it to kind of work. You like shake it down into there. Oh, it's starting to kind of come down into the threads. Maybe that's what I need to do to get it. Kind of reminds me of a lava lamp, to be honest there. Yeah, it's not really getting into those threads so I can write with it. Okay, I'm going to pause and I will investigate and see if I can figure this out. Okay, so I'm back and I took the pen apart and I flushed it, and then I took the nib off and I soaked that for 5 minutes and then flushed it again, and then I took the nib out of this feed and did that again and flushed things through, and I got it to write a little bit. So then I changed inks and I put in a new ink color that's darker. I put in this number 3 Koto, which is actually, that's the name of it is, I don't know, that's an A-O-N-I-B-I. So, Anobi? Aon-I-B? Anyways, I put this color in and did get it to write with this ink. And maybe as I go it will kind of start to write a little bit darker. But that is this color ink. Yeah, it's hard. This is a spotch of it that I just kind of put a spotch from the dropper onto the page and rubbed it around. And then I did a little bit of this number 5 to make sure that the inks weren't mixed up in the vials, and they're not. So I did get this to finally write. There's quite a bit of feedback in it, and it doesn't put out a ton of ink, so it's catching up to me really quickly. Let me write on just something else. Just some white paper instead of cream colored. And yeah, it's not really keeping up with my, like if I was going to be writing this in my journal, it's not going to keep up really good to have a good flow. I'm not going to be able to put a light color in it. It is really neat looking, but I probably wouldn't buy one myself. Now, in my experimenting with this and looking things up on both YouTube and a Facebook group and asking questions, I do see people changing this nib out, but when I see them doing it, their nib looks a lot different than mine, because my nib doesn't pull out. I don't know if I can do it with the all together, but my nib, am I in the frame? I hope so. My nib screws out. There's some threads that you can see. I don't know how well you can see them right here. So this nib like is in a plastic case that screws into here. So it's not just pulling the nib and the feed out and being able to separate them. They're in another casing. So I'll definitely use this. I'll definitely use this over the month and see how I feel about this. But for the fact that I journal several pages a day and I just word vomit as quickly as I can when I'm writing, and the fact that this is just not the feed on this is just not that great, or I don't know, and maybe it's me, but it's not like if I press really hard like you would with a calligraphy pen, I can get some more ink out of it, but I don't want to write that hard. Like, seriously, the last pen that they gave me, I barely have to touch it to the surface, and I've got good flow, and it keeps up with me. And if I were to press down more, I would get more. But even then, oh, then this is not a Moon Man. This is something else. But this writes like wetter, and I like that. And it's smooth. It doesn't have a lot of feedback. If this wasn't as heavy, it would be probably my go-to pen. And so I'm thinking I need to use the amber ink in my platinum because it's got a broader nib, and it usually writes, I keep on writing Moon Man, platinum. So it puts down a lot more ink, so maybe that'll work with that amber color better because it'll put down more ink. But this is, yeah, definitely not putting down the kind of ink I would want it to put down. So we'll give it another month and see what we think. It's fun to get some experience with them. I hope that I like the pen better next month. We'll just wait and see. This has been Ray at Drop of Golden Tarot. Hoping that you stay safe and have fun, and not necessarily in that order.